From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good afternoon. I'm Penn State Campus Weather Service meteorologist Connor Friedhoff here with the CNET forecast. Beaver Stadium had a great start to the day. An absolutely beautiful sunset made its way through, but take a look at that temperature, that number climbing steadily throughout the day, jumping once we reach the mid-morning, going all the way from 44 up to 66, where we're at now at about 2 p.m. It has been a continuing trend of very much above average temperatures, about 10 to 15 degrees above average, thanks to the kink in the jet stream, keeping warm air on the east side of the jet, mainly affected by high pressure in the Atlantic Ocean, bringing in that warm, dry air from the south. We are way above average in terms of that, but we have a weekend shower possibility. Mainly Saturday evening into Sunday morning is the main threat of a shower. Nothing too much in terms of any kind of severe threat, mainly just a brief soaker that could put a damper on your plans Saturday night if you have any. Trends are expected to continue into next week. I'll have more on that here in a second. But temperatures here for central Pennsylvania are pretty much sitting in the 60s, an odd 70 here and there, like in Indiana it's 71. Here in State College it's 64, winds coming out of the south. For much of the region, the Susquehanna Valley is also experiencing those mid-60 temperatures. For the rest of the state, pretty similar. 71 on the lake, 71 in the Berg, 68 in Philadelphia, mainly 60s and 70s for much of the state. There isn't a place in Pennsylvania right now that isn't experiencing a pleasant temperature value. Radar and satellite hasn't been too eventful today. Just a few stray clouds here and there, especially in the plateau regions in Erie. It's in the northwestern part of the state. You probably saw a cloud today, but for the rest of the state, wouldn't have to worry a thing about it. Mainly the headlines are taking place in the southern plains in Oklahoma and Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, stretching all the way up into Wisconsin. We have these big rain bands producing some severe weather, hail, tornadoes in some spots. That's not going to be a worry for us. The jet stream is mainly causing this, and we'll see that here in the temperature graph in a second. But the future weather for the weekend, Saturday we see those clouds move in, and you can see those lines of showers quickly moving in. That's where we have that rain threat, Saturday evening into Sunday morning. After that, maybe an odd shower here and there on Monday, but other than that, that's going to be the main rain threat, for the weekend. As we get into the next work week, we'll have a brief gap where we won't have to worry about rain. It'll be nice and sunny to start the next week. So what has been causing these temperature trends? Well, like I said, kink in the jet stream is keeping this cold air in the Intermountain West, basically Arctic air coming down from Canada and into the Intermountain West and affecting the western United States all the way down to parts of central California, and even Los Angeles and San Diego are feeling the chill. But to the east of that jet stream, look at these reds over here, especially in the southeast in the Tidewater region. There is a high pressure system pretty much right off the coast of Virginia that's bringing in a lot of this warm air coming from the Gulf and the south. That's bringing our temperatures way above average, 10 to 15 degrees above average in some spots. It's exacerbated here by this front. This is where the severe weather is firing up. Look at this temperature difference, 41 in places like Denver and Omaha, Nebraska, but in Tulsa, Oklahoma and Abilene, Texas, it's 73. It's such a dramatic temperature gradient. You don't see this very often. Even like 35 in Minnesota, 68 in Chicago. Such a dramatic temperature difference. On the east side of where the jet stream is, you have 60s and 70s. In the Gulf, you have 80s. And on the west side, and where this Arctic air is making its way down into the United States, you have 30s and 40s. And in some spots, you have snow in higher elevations. But back here tonight, we're looking at 54 degrees and some patchy fog. So you may have to worry about some fog if you're going out tonight. Of course, if you're driving around in that, slower your speed because the visibility is going to be lower. Try to be safe as much as you can. Tomorrow, that fog is going to linger for the evening as we get temperatures back up to the 60s at 66. We'll have mostly cloudy skies for much of the day, and the breeze mix return as well. Wind gusts could be as high as 25 miles per hour in some spots, but that south wind is going to stick around for much of the weekend. Speaking of the weekend, again, this rain threat, don't be fooled, mainly a PM shower into an AM shower on Sunday. That's where the main rain threat is. After noontime on Sunday is when you don't really have to worry too much about rain. And take a look at the middle of the 7-day here. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days of sun, if not all sun, mostly sun. Watching from the Penn State Campus Weather Service, I'm meteorologist Connor Friedhoff, wishing you a wonderful weekend.